Gut, jetzt haben wir ja was gegessen, wir haben gespeichert, also weiter geht's. Edna macht jetzt nochmal schwarzes Zeug. Sie will damit ihre Rebellion zum Ausdruck bringen. What the fuck? Und wieder mal haben sich die Seraphim gewechselt. Richtig, richtig kacke. Aber das kriegen wir hin.
I told you it's not like that.
Save it for later.
Ja gut, momentan geht's ja noch. Auch Alicia hält sich wacker. Bloß wie wechsle ich jetzt nochmal den Nebenpartner? So wechsle ich den Nebenpartner. Sehr gut. Der Medium muss einfach zwischendurch heilen, dann habe ich da etwas Ruhe. Alter, wie oft der jetzt schon niedergeworfen wurde. Krass. Ich habe den viel schwerer in Erinnerung. Oder er ist einfach tatsächlich schwerer, wenn man zu mehreren spielt und einfach nicht amortisieren möchte, damit man dem anderen nicht den Spielspaß raubt. Ach nee, gucke mal. Jetzt hat eigentlich schon einen auf die Mütze bekommen, wurde aber schon geheilt, also... Achso, sollte mal darauf achten, dass ich meine SK auflade und jetzt... Die! Na? Aha! Wie unspektakulär.
Prancing prickle boars, what's gotten into you?
Sorry.
What a fool I was. I should have realized you would be here, Attack.
Oh my goodness! It's pretty Lady Lila. How you been?
Ein Satz mit X, das war wohl nix.
You never were a lick of fun.
Is this a friend of yours? Sort of. It was a long time ago.
My name's Attack. Cheese to
Das
please
ist lange
ya.
her und wir waren beide betrunken.
That's a weird name.
Well, aren't you rude? Don't you know that Attack is a Normin name of the highest pedigree? Means I'm fancy.
It looks sort of like the thing attached to Edna's umbrella.
Ooh.
Let's save talk of Edna's thingy for later, shall we? That one's a particularly long story.
Is
It
it?
is?
Hey, Lila, what's a Normin?
They're a special kind of Seraphim. They aren't quite as powerful as a Lord of the Land, but they can still be a help to other Seraphim.
How?
Well, they have the ability to boost another Seraph's power. They're kind of like a maid of sorts.
That's my Lila. You know me like the back of your lily-white hand.
Tja,
Like a maid?
ziemlich notgeil, der Kleine.
I'm afraid I'm not so sure I get it. Lila's explanations can be pretty off the cuff.
Silly billies like you could never understand what Lila and I mean to each other.
I'm not
Alles
sure I
klar.
want to understand.
Well, anyways, y'all are Lila's friends and all. Maybe I can treat you to some grub.
Möchte ich das? Aber alle haben Level Up bekommen. Richtig schön viele Erfahrungspunkte. Aber keiner lernt eine neue Art. Ich bin traurig. Jetzt sollte ich aber mal schauen, wie weit die Titel sind. 3 passt, 7 passt. Passt. Ich bin zufrieden erstmal.
Nicholas, Sunlight Girl, Jean-Luc's the Loomer. This is a massacre! Who could have done such a thing?
Well...
You did. You turned into a Hellion.
I
Dun, dun,
remember.
dun.
It was me. I went out of my head, tore my beloved treasures apart, and now they're gone forever!
Ich mag seine Stimme nicht. Oh wei. Ist hier eigentlich noch irgendeine Truhe? Nein. Ausnahmsweise übersehe ich mal nichts. Komm, lass mit dir reden. Achso, warte mal, vielleicht haben wir noch eine Sequenz vorher. Nee.
Attack! What on earth happened that made you turn into a Hellion?
I'm sure it's hard for you, but can you tell us about it?
Well, I've always had a real big thing for art, you know? Moved in here a good long while back. Oh. Got to whittle my days away just people watching and gazing at fine art. I wasn't worshipped or nothing, but I weren't lonely neither.
Sounds like a good life.
I was happy. Real happy.
Und jetzt aber nicht mehr. Kannst du nicht mal zu Ende erzählen und dann abhauen? Diese Normin können übrigens nicht alle so frei sich bewegen und drehen wie er. Sie sind ein bisschen einfacher zu handhaben. So, hallo.
But ever since the countries took to fighting, the humans started to get real nasty. That country's bad, they'd say. That country's art is bad. Slash it. Burn it.
So they used art just as fuel for the fires of war.
It's true.
And that ain't the half of it. That's when they started to move the art on the black market.
Oh, so that's where it all went.
They were laughing and clutching their money in their grubby little hands. Hooray for war! Hooray for profits! I got so mad, so dejected, I felt my anger bubbling up, but I was beyond caring. And then... that's when I became a Hellion.
It's not your fault, Attack.
Thanks, son. I appreciate it and all, but I'd like to be alone for a little while.
Sehr gerne. Es ist so verflucht still. 8 Fusionspunkte.
Never thought that the source of all that malevolence would be the love of art. Yeah, that was unexpected.
It's the kingdom of Highland that caused Attack such pain. If only I had been able to do something.
Malevolence can come from anyone's spirit.
Was macht ein Edna da?
Especially when that spirit holds hate for other people.
And for us Seraphim, the influence we receive from the vessel in particular can be a danger.
So if I started generating malevolence, it'd put everyone in danger?
All of us could become Hellions. Sorey, Alicia, the people in their despair cling to those with power that surpasses theirs far more tightly than you may imagine. Do not undervalue your ideals, nor the things that are in your power to accomplish. A shepherd's emotions towards the people he rescues are also his greatest enemy, in a way.
Okay, understood.
Didn't she just tell you not to be so stiff and serious?
Oh, I guess you're right.
But I suppose I don't need to worry about you.
Du bist eh zu cool
We'll get
dafür.
started so you don't have to.
Just doing what's within our power, right?
Flop, 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 my albatross wings. Habt ihr es auch gehört?
Feels like the malevolence has been lifted somewhat. Don't you think?
Indeed it has. But we still need to find a way to bring the drake down.
Sorey, can you head to the base of the great tree?
Huh? Oh yeah, sure.
Ungern. Ich würde erstmal gerne ins Hotel gehen. Warte mal, vielleicht kriege ich das sogar hin. Ja, außen habe ich, glaube ich, einen größeren Radius. Jetzt bin ich mal gespannt, ob das funktioniert. Das habe ich nämlich schon mal versucht und es funktioniert nicht.
What do you plan to do, Edna?
Wait here.
For whom?
For me, silly.
Und nu? Warten. Ist sogar schon Nacht geworden, geil.
I wonder where Edna went off to.
Who knows what goes on in her head?
I'm back.
What is wrong with you? Huh?
Attack?
I'm here to help. Heard tell you folks could be using an extra jolt of power.
We just might.
If I combine attack's power with my arrows...
We can bring down the drake.
Edna told me that y'all are trying super duper hard to fix things up. If this glum bum town gets back on its feet, folks might finally remember the place of art in a civilized society.
Thank you, Edna.
I just thought it might work.
Ach, Edna, wir lieben dich.
And here it comes.
Drat, it's so dark I can barely see it.
That's a good thing. You can fight without worrying about humans catching sight of you.
Hey,
Nur,
good
dass wir am
thinking.
Boden kämpfen und nicht im
So,
Himmel.
how exactly should we go about shooting this thing down?
That I don't know.
Tonight's supposed to be a full moon. All we need is some light.
The clouds are receding.
Let's look for a place where we can aim our shot with the aid of the moonlight.
So, aber ins Hotel komme ich, glaube ich... Doch, Tatsache, ich komme sogar ins Hotel. Das ist sogar ganz geschickt. Vorher was essen, damit ich groß und stark werde. Warte mal. Nee, die kann ich, glaube ich, noch nicht finden, die Normen, die anderen. Es geht erst später. Aber vielleicht gibt es eine Sequenz. Nein, schade. Sobald Layla mal 9 Fusionspunkte erreicht, kann ich ja das Fusionieren bei ihr benutzen. Wunderbar. Perfekt. Wie auf Kommando. Wir essen einfach mal eine Minestrone. Und es gibt eine Sequenz.
I guess I just have to get used to it. Oh, you're still awake?
Duh. I've been here a while now.
Why aren't you saying anything? It's not like you and I need to hold back on what we say.
Yeah, we aren't like that, right?
Of course.
I'm gonna go to sleep.
Sorry about all this.
You mean good night?
Tja, wenn beste Freunde untereinander Geheimnisse haben. Das merken die doch sofort.
I've always thought that the name Attack was a little strange, but never imagined it was also the name of a skill.
So you've noticed, huh?
Huh? Was I not supposed to?
I'll explain it briefly. Equipment skills come from the boon of the Lord of the Land. In other words, they're a godsend. 50 primary elements have been found through various arrangements of mana and elements. By combining those 50 elements, additional effects are born. And by infinitely fusing and combining them, Seraphim and humans are created in the same way.
Interesting.
Yeah, and the purest elements of all combine to make...
Normin, right?
No. Gemstones, used to make jewelry and stuff like that.
Hey!
50 elite humans were gathered to research each of those elements, namely...
The Normin.
But then the project gets thrown into crisis by a late newcomer.
When are you going to get to the part about the Normin?
Normin don't appear until chapter 23. Now quit rushing me.
Huh? Was I not supposed to ask that question?
Nein, Mikleo, warst du nicht. Damit hätten wir die Sequenz erstmal hinter uns gebracht. Das mit der Fusion hebe ich mir am besten auf, damit ich ein paar Sachen mehr fusionieren kann mit ihren Werten. Aber gut, dass wir jetzt wenigstens schon mal 2 Sequenzen hatten. Das war übrigens gerade kein Tonfehler, ich habe das tatsächlich so beschissen ausgesprochen. Und jetzt müssen wir uns nur noch diesem blöden Kack-Jungdrachen widmen.